Hi, everyone. Welcome to Learn English with Podcast.
Hello, I'm Tony.
And I'm Nikki. Today, we are going to talk about something very important.
Yes, today's topic is environmental issues.
That's right. Environmental issues are problems with our environment, like air pollution, water pollution, and deforestation.
Wow, big words, Nikki. But don't worry, we will make it easy to understand.
Yes, we will use simple words and examples to help you understand. So, Tony, what do you think about environmental issues?
I think they are very important. We need to take care of our earth. For example, I try to recycle at home. Do you recycle, Nikki?
Yes, I do. I recycle paper, plastic, and glass. It is easy and helps the environment.
That's great. Recycling is one way we can help. Another way is saving water. Do you have any tips for saving water, Nikki?
Yes. When I brush my teeth, I turn off the tap. This saves a lot of water. Also, I take short showers.
Good tips. Listeners, you can try these at home. Now, let's hear from our guests. They will share their stories about environmental issues.
Yes, we have some great guests today. They will tell us their names and share their stories. Are you ready, Tony?
I am ready. Let's welcome our first guest.
Hello, and welcome to our podcast. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Sophie.
Hi, Sophie. It's great to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about your story related to environmental issues?
Of course. So a few years ago, I lived near a big river. Every day I would go for a walk along the riverbank. But one day I noticed something terrible. There was so much trash in the river.
Oh no, that sounds awful. What did you do?
Well, I couldn't just ignore it. I organized a cleanup event with my friends. We spent the whole day picking up trash from the river.
That's amazing. You took action to make a difference.
Yes, and it felt really good to help clean up the environment. But it also made me sad to see how much trash people throw away without thinking about the consequences.
It's so important to take care of our planet. Every little bit helps.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your story, Sophie, and thank you for making a positive impact on the environment.
Thank you for having me.
Now, let's talk more about environmental issues. Tony, what are some other problems that our planet faces?
Well, another big issue is air pollution. This happens when harmful gases and particles are released into the air, usually from cars and factories.
That's right. Air pollution can cause health problems and harm the environment.
Exactly. That's why it's important to use public transportation, walk, or ride a bike whenever possible.
And to support clean energy sources like wind and solar power.
Right. Every little action helps. And remember, listeners, you can make a difference too.
We hope you're enjoying today's episode about environmental issues.
Absolutely. We've heard some great stories and tips so far, and there's more to come.
Now, let's welcome our next guest. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Can you share your story about environmental issues with us?
Sure thing. So, a few years ago, I went on a camping trip with my friends. We were in a beautiful forest, surrounded by tall trees and chirping birds. But one night, we heard a strange noise.
Oh no, what was it?
It was the sound of chainsaws. We realized that there were people cutting down the trees nearby.
That's terrible. What did you do?
We decided to take action. We spoke to the people cutting down the trees and explained why it was important to protect the forest.
Did they listen to you?
Some of them did. They stopped cutting down the trees and even helped us plant new ones.
That's fantastic. It just shows that we can make a difference when we speak up for the environment.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your story, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
Now, let's talk more about ways we can protect the environment. Nikki, do you have any tips for our listeners?
Yes, one thing we can do is reduce our use of plastic. Plastic pollution is a big problem, especially in our oceans.
That's right. We can use reusable bags and water bottles instead of plastic ones.
And we can say no to single-use plastics like straws and utensils.
Every little bit helps. And remember, listeners, together we can make a difference.
Stay tuned for more stories and tips on environmental issues. We're diving deeper into our discussion on environmental issues.
Yes, and we've already heard some inspiring stories from our guests. Let's keep the momentum going.
Our next guest is ready to share their experience. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for being here. Can you tell us about your encounter with environmental issues?
Of course, a few years ago, I lived in a city that had a problem with smog.
Smog?
What's that?
Smog is a type of air pollution that forms when smoke and fog mix together. It can make it hard to breathe and can cause health problems.
That sounds really serious. What did you do about it?
Well, I started a campaign to raise awareness about air pollution. I talked to my neighbors and classmates about the importance of clean air.
That's great. Did you see any changes as a result of your campaign?
Yes. Actually, more people started using public transportation instead of driving their cars, and the city government implemented new policies to reduce air pollution.
Wow, your efforts made a real difference.
Thank you. It just goes to show that anyone can make a positive impact on the environment.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your story, Michelle.
Thank you for having me.
Now, let's talk about another environmental issue: deforestation.
Deforestation is when forests are cut down or cleared away.
Right. It's a big problem because forests are important for absorbing carbon dioxide and providing habitat for wildlife.
That's why it's important to support organizations that work to protect forests.
And to be mindful of the products we buy, like paper and wood, to make sure they come from sustainable sources.
We're nearing the end of our discussion on environmental issues, and we have one more guest with an intriguing story to share.
Absolutely. Let's give a warm welcome to our final guest. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Maya.
Hi, Maya. We're thrilled to have you here. Can you share your unique environmental story with us?
Of course. A while back, I used to live in a small village nestled in the mountains. It was a serene place, surrounded by lush forests and sparkling streams. But one day, we encountered an unexpected problem.
What happened?
We noticed that the bees, which played a crucial role in pollinating our crops, were disappearing at an alarming rate.
Oh no, that sounds concerning. What did you do?
We decided to take action. I organized a community effort to create bee-friendly habitats by planting wildflowers and reducing pesticide use.
That's incredible. Did you see any positive changes?
Yes, indeed. As we nurtured the bee population, our crops flourished and the ecosystem regained its balance. It was a beautiful sight to witness the bees buzzing happily among the flowers once again.
That's truly inspiring, Maya. Thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
Now, let's delve into another critical environmental issue: waste management.
Waste management involves the proper disposal and recycling of waste materials to minimize environmental impact.
It's essential to reduce, reuse, and recycle to mitigate the growing problem of waste pollution.
That's right. By adopting sustainable practices and embracing the concept of a circular economy, we can work towards a cleaner, greener future.
Absolutely. Every effort counts in safeguarding our planet for future generations.
Okay, Tony, let's share a quick environmental joke.
Why did the bicycle fall over?
I don't know. Why?
Because it was too tired.
Haha, classic. All right, folks, we have a special bonus segment for you today. We have one more guest with an incredible story about environmental issues.
That's right, Nikki. This story is truly inspiring. Let's welcome our final guest. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. We're excited to have you here. Can you share your story with us?
Of course. A few years ago, I was living in a small town surrounded by beautiful rolling hills. The area was known for its lush, green landscape and diverse wildlife. But one summer, we faced a severe problem, a drought that lasted for months.
That sounds really challenging. What did you do?
The drought had a huge impact on our community. Our crops were dying, and the wildlife was suffering. I decided to start a project called Save Our Soil to address the issue.
That sounds interesting. What did Save Our Soil involve?
We focused on sustainable farming practices to conserve water and improve soil health. We introduced techniques like mulching, crop rotation, and rainwater harvesting. I also worked with local farmers to plant drought-resistant crops.
Those are some great strategies. How did the community respond?
Initially, it was difficult to convince people to change their traditional farming methods, but after seeing the positive results, more and more farmers joined the initiative. We also received support from environmental organizations and the local government.
That's fantastic. Did you see any long-term benefits?
Yes, definitely. Not only did our soil become more resilient to drought, but we also saw an increase in crop yields. The wildlife started returning as the ecosystem gradually recovered. It was amazing to see our community come together to tackle such a big problem.
That's truly inspiring, Rachel. Your story shows the importance of sustainable practices and community collaboration.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Rachel.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
All right, folks. Let's take a moment to delve deeper into some key terms we've discussed regarding environmental issues.
Absolutely, Nikki. Understanding these concepts is crucial for grasping the magnitude of the challenges facing our planet.
Our first term is environmental degradation.
Environmental degradation refers to the deterioration of the environment through depletion of resources, pollution, and habitat destruction.
Indeed, Tony. We've witnessed firsthand the consequences of environmental degradation in various forms, from deforestation to ocean pollution.
Our next term is sustainability.
Sustainability involves meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs.
Throughout our discussion, we've stressed the importance of adopting sustainable practices in our daily lives to mitigate environmental harm.
Our third term is biodiversity.
Biodiversity encompasses the variety of life forms on Earth, including plants, animals, and microorganisms, and the ecosystems they inhabit.
Preserving biodiversity is crucial for maintaining ecosystem stability and resilience, as well as supporting human well-being.
Our fourth term is carbon footprint.
A carbon footprint is the total amount of greenhouse gases emitted by an individual, organization, or product, expressed in terms of carbon dioxide equivalent.
We've emphasized the importance of reducing our carbon footprint through actions like using renewable energy and reducing consumption.
Our fifth term is sustainable development.
Sustainable development involves meeting the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, while ensuring social equity and environmental protection.
Striking a balance between economic growth, social progress, and environmental protection is key to achieving sustainable development.
Our sixth term is ecosystem services.
Ecosystem services are the benefits that humans derive from ecosystems, including provisioning, regulating, cultural, and supporting services.
Recognizing the value of ecosystem services is essential for promoting conservation efforts and sustainable management of natural resources.
And finally, our seventh term is climate resilience.
Climate resilience refers to the capacity of individuals, communities, and systems to adapt to and withstand the impacts of climate change.
Building climate resilience is crucial for reducing vulnerability and ensuring the long-term sustainability of human and natural systems.
These terms provide a comprehensive framework for understanding and addressing environmental challenges.
That's right, Tony. And by incorporating these concepts into our discussions and actions, we can work towards a healthier and more sustainable future for all.
Keep learning and advocating for our planet.
Before we sign off, we want to extend a big thank you to all our listeners for joining us today.
Absolutely. Your support means the world to us. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast.
And be sure to give us a like and share it with your friends and family. Together, we can spread the word about learning English while exploring important topics like environmental issues.
That's right, Nikki. And remember, your feedback is invaluable to us. If you have any suggestions for future episodes or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to reach out to us.
You can find us on social media or drop us an email. We love hearing from you.
So, until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep making a positive impact on our planet.
Goodbye for now, everyone.